Hi there, and welcome back to Q&A The Librarian Way. I'm Julia from Stylish in the Stacks.
And I'm Emily from The Gnoming Librarian, and today we're talking about pop culture and trends and why it's important in your library. We work with teens, they're obsessed with pop culture and trends, so it's something we need to keep an eye on. So first question.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cool job because we get to say that pop culture is part of our job.
I know.
It totally is.
It really is. So if you're looking at a teeny bop magazine in the middle of the day with a teenager, you're not slacking off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I can be on Twitter,
if you're watching YouTube videos in the teen room, it's like, yeah, that's right, I'm watching YouTube videos in the teen room.
That's right. Why is it important to know about pop culture?
I say this a lot. I mean, this is kind of my soapbox feeling about teen librarianship, but I think it really comes down to relationships. You are taking an interest in what the teens are taking an interest in, and you're making that effort to at least find out about what they're watching or listening to. You might not like it. I have not liked everything.
Sure.
I don't like Justin Bieber, yet there is a girl that comes in and tells me all about his birthday and his mother and whatever, but at least I know who he is. I know what his songs are. I can hold an intelligent conversation with her, or semi-intelligent, because we're talking about Justin Bieber. I don't know how intelligent that conversation can be, but it's about building those relationships.
It is. I mean, it's totally their world, and so you have to engage in their world, and they think you're cool if you know what they're talking about. I mean, I watch some of the same YouTube people as some of my students, and so we have something to talk about. We have a connection right away, and you know, our teen generation today, like, they're not gonna care about your book recommendations unless they feel invested in you. And so that's the way they're gonna be invested in you. So.
And it helps as you're planning to choose books in your library. You kind of have an edge on what's popular and what's not. If you're trying to plan programs in your library, you can kind of gear some programs towards some things that kids have been talking about. It was kind of cool there. I guess there's a new podcast called Night Vale, and the teen librarian at the Anderson Public Library, she found out that her teens loved it. She listened to it. Now they're going to have a program on it. So it just kind of steamrolls. Like you find out what they're enjoying, and it kind of goes from there.
Yeah, it really just kind of draws them in too. I mean, I've been in some libraries, and no offense to anyone out there, but like, you know, I grew up on the cartoon Garfield. These kids have not. So like when I see Garfield posters as like the main decoration, that's not reaching any of them. But like a Pretty Little Liars display will. So, you know, it's just all about working and promoting
and taking an interest
and
being invested.
Yep.
Where do you get your pop culture info and ideas?
Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I mean, I'm young enough where I'm still into pop culture. So like, I'm watching shows or I'm looking on YouTube myself personally. NPR does have a podcast. I think it's Pop Culture Happy Hour. And, you know, I feel a little more intelligent when I'm talking about pop or listening to pop culture when they're talking about it. And they always have some cool points of view. You know, magazines.
I use my teens too. Like I said, I don't know all of the things. I have some kids in love and obsessed with creepy pasta, and I had no idea what that was.
I don't know what that
is.
And
it's almost like a fan fiction. People get onto this website and they write creepy stories.
Okay.
And I mean, there's characters that have really developed, and the kids love them. And I was like, what is creepy?
Yeah.
What are you saying to me? You're eating bad spaghetti? I don't understand it. But talking to the teens a lot, they've introduced me to a lot of different things, a lot of YouTube channels, which is bad because I'm already obsessed with YouTube.
I know. I'm like, I can't fit any more pop culture into my life, but yet,
just keeping an eye out on.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely give you the good and the bad, you know.
They do, and it's funny. Over the summer, we had these two boys that came in every single day, and they decided to put on impromptu concerts for us and would just start singing songs, you know? And so it's these two boys singing Miley Cyrus in the middle of the teen room, which was hilarious, but it kind of was another window into that pop culture world. This is who they're listening to. This is, you know, for the good or the bad, who they're emulating. And so it's like, okay. So when they start to do, the Harlem Shake is still really big in my teen room. They like to play it loud and dance. I've got a nerdy crowd, though. Maybe a step behind crowd, I don't know, but they're having a lot of fun with that too, so.
Cool.
And of course, like zombies. I have Zombie Fest tonight. I'm very proud of my shirt that I made.
Well, and too, like,
and that's something that they've they kind of started talking about, I was already in love with it, and it developed, so.
Well, and I'm thinking too, it kind of gets you out of your comfort zone
It
even.
does.
Like, I'm not the most athletic person, but like working with teens and wanting to reach out to teens, like I've started paying attention to, you know, NFL football or the World Series or whatever. Like, I'm paying attention to those things, and it's just helping me connect a little more.
Yep. All right.
Okay, last question is, what pop culture trend has been the biggest surprise for you that your teens liked? They're always surprising me with the
They
things that
are.
like.
I think it more surprises me things they don't like or don't know about that I just assumed everybody did, and I think it's me just a generation behind. Like, I'm thinking of them as a little older. So some of the classic, like not cartoons, animated TV shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy and this stuff. That I mean I watch and I just assume they know what that stuff is, but they're in love with Phineas and Ferb still. And
Right.
so I think it's a generational thing that surprises me a little more.
I'm surprised at how many Doctor Who fans I have and Sherlock. And I'm not surprised because they're not good. I'm just surprised because I'm kind of the opposite. I was thinking they're younger. You know, like you're thinking of them being older and liking something. But I'm like, oh, I feel like our generation loves Doctor Who so much and Sherlock that I didn't expect them to.
Yeah.
And we have some huge fans.
Oh my goodness, intense fans.
Yeah.
We had our first Nerd
Halloween
Proud.
was-
Nerd Proud club where we talk about nerdy, just pop culture things, and it was Doctor Who. And these people, I mean, these two teens just put me in a grave. I mean, it was just ridiculous how much they knew, and they were quizzing me, and then they'd yell at me if I had a different opinion, and it's like, I'm sorry.
Right.
So then it was me just sitting there like, like trying not to say anything because they were a little scary, to be honest. Some of the kids get really passionate about
into their fandoms. For sure.
I didn't realize, here's one. I didn't know that My Little Ponies had come back.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't know that for the longest time.
This? Yeah.
And
Bronies.
Bronies. And so we're at
Brothers
Manga
who like
Club,
ponies.
and they come in with like Walmart bags full of ponies, My Little Ponies, and they set them out, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I had no idea they were back.
You think it's like a 3-year-old activity. No, this is high school teens.
Boys.
Yes, high school boys are
That
obsessed
surprised
right now with the Bronies. I have a fun fact about that, though. We have a group of Bronies, and they actually designed a My Little Pony after me.
Nice.
I have my own pony. Because you know how like
Very
the
nice.
ponies have a little sign on their hip, you know? Mine's a book.
Like a Care Bear.
Yes, and it has a name. I don't know what it is, but mine is a book, and my pony is in a library. I'm like, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You can get some cool little things when people are into their fans.
The return of the 80s, I think that has surprised me. Some of the clothes they'll walk in, I was like, I wore that when I was your age. Like, it's like, woo! Yeah, My Little Ponies took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I still don't fully understand. I need to watch the show. I haven't watched the cartoon.
I have seen a few. I mean, it's fine.
It's My Little Ponies.
Yeah, it's My Little Ponies.
It's animated horses.
It's magical.
With the rainbow tails. I just don't know if I fully understand that. But
I know. But you know what? They're staying safe and having fun.
They're having
and I'm
fun
okay with that. Like,
they know how to
enjoy your
laugh
ponies.
they know how to laugh and enjoy themselves in creative ways. So.
Okay, fun question.
What is a great movie that you have seen that others probably haven't seen but should?
Ooh.
Do you have one?
Yes. What's it called? Stardust.
I love Stardust.
Yes. Not very many people, I feel, know about it. It's based off the Neil Gaiman book. Claire Danes, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Really good. Michelle Pfeiffer is gorgeous.
Yes. It reminded me a lot of The Princess Bride.
Yes.
Just the kind of feel the journey and the boy and girl who are kind of fighting.
And there's some humor and then
Uh-huh.
there's action and love and
And it's a fairy tale, and I'm always a
is.
sucker for fairy tales.
Yeah, I feel like that one just doesn't get a lot of buzz, but I think it should.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Mine would be Stranger Than Fiction.
Okay, yes.
One of my favorite movies with Will Ferrell.
With Will Ferrell.
And he plays it straight, and he is just amazing in this movie, and it's sincere, and it's genuine, and it's funny. Oh no, but it's book related too.
It is book related.
I loved it. I watched that all the time, and
I've seen
I mean,
it once.
how
That was a long
terrifying
time
it
ago.
would be if someone was narrating your life, because this author is writing a book and he's hearing her write it, and it's his life being played
It's his
out.
life
So
being played out.
it's Very good. Check it out if
Yeah.
you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Ender's Game comes out today.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I read it for the first time this year, and I was
Mhm.
very impressed with it. It terrified me. It was very sad and made me angry, but I loved it. So I'm very excited.
Cool.
And it has Harrison Ford. I mean,
Yeah. That's
Mr.
pretty
Indiana
cool.
Jones,
Right.
isn't it?
Right.
So, and then we have
Catching Fire.
Catching
is
Fire coming out.
this month.
I need to reread that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long
I
time.
remember more about it than I do Mockingjay, which is strange, but
Yeah, I read it so fast, just
Yeah.
ate it up, that I don't
Yeah.
remember specifics. And we
Have
are
you
gonna
read
have
Allegiant yet?
I haven't.
I
I
haven't
haven't even read Insurgent.
people are mad,
I
and that makes
know.
me nervous.
There's just too many sequels. I would like authors to just start writing for 1 year.
I know.
Just write standalone books so I can
know.
catch up on all the series.
I know.
So,
Yeah,
I'm too far behind now.
I
It's
know. I am
sad.
too.
All right. Well, what is a movie you have seen that you
Yeah.
think other people should know about? And we would love to hear what you have to say about pop culture, like where you go and find your information and how you think it's important in your library.
So leave us a comment, and we will be back next week.
Yep. Check us
Okay.
out, librarianway.com.
Bye.
Bye. Excited about Ender's Game. The
Yeah.
previews, I don't know how. Ooh, the book
The
thief
Book
too.
Thief.
Which the narrow.
Is the movie out yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, because John Green saw it.
Yes.
But
But is there death as narrator?
I
Because
don't
you go to
know.
IMDb and it's not listed as
Yeah,
a
it
character,
doesn't
and
look
that
like
upsets
it.
me.
It
That
doesn't look
changes
like
the
it.
whole tone of the book for
It
me.
does.
I might have to boycott.
Oh, you cannot boycott the Book Thief.